Good, thanks.
They're the immigration fraudsters.
Do you have something like maybe you made a story for me? What are you gonna say and what not?
I'll create one.
Helping asylum seekers with no legitimate case to stay in the UK.
उधर आपको प्रूफ करना पड़ता है कि आप एक एलिजिबिलिटी पर्सन हो।
पर मैं तो ऐसे नहीं हूँ।
वही तो मैं बोल रहा आप नहीं हो।
Encouraging people to lie about their sexuality.
मुझे पता है कोई भी नहीं है, but most of the नहीं है।
मैं यही सोच रहा था कि मैं ये ना समझ रहा हूँ मुझे कि मैं असल में
कोई भी नहीं है, असल बात है।
क्या?
In your experience, how much of a problem is that?
It's a vast problem.
Advising some migrants to make false allegations of domestic abuse.
But mine is not genuine.
I know.
It's absolutely disgraceful. Disgraceful.
Those that are abusing the system are making it more difficult for genuine victims of domestic violence.
We've gone undercover to expose this hidden world of illegality.
And are you happy with the story you're going to be telling, your backstory?
Yes.
On a London street, our reporter is preparing to go undercover.
Yep, sure.
We're looking for the legal advisors who are encouraging people to cheat the immigration system.
Your cover story is going to be that you came to the country legally.
Yes, I did come legally. My visa runs out in a couple of months' time, and then I need another extension. So
Looking for ways to stay.
yeah, I'm looking for ways to stay.
Our reporter is posing as a former student. They're not being persecuted. They've got no genuine basis to claim asylum, but there appears to be no shortage of advisors willing to help anyway.
We made a call to a legal advisor in Ilford, East London, Maz. He told us you have to fear persecution to apply for asylum. It can't just be because you want to stay in the country and you need evidence to support your claim.
Hello?
Our undercover reporter's phone rings out of the blue.
मतलब असल में तो मैं नहीं हूँ, मतलब लेकिन खाली
यार असल में होना देखिए मेरी बात सुनिए असल में अभी कोई भी नहीं है।
Okay, bye.
Someone's got in touch from a number that we have not got saved, so we haven't contacted them.
Yeah, and then I don't know who this person is, but her name's Tanisha.
And she knows that you're interested.
Yeah, in gay. She goes, yeah, that's why I'm calling you. I said, but I'm not a gay. She goes, doesn't matter, no one's gay.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only option for you guys to stay in the country. Mm-hmm. So yeah, come to me, we'll do everything.
Oh yeah. How's it going? So you got that phone call this afternoon while we were filming, just from an unknown number. So we've traced the number back, and she works with Maz, the guy that you rang this morning.
Right.
The guy, the paralegal who said you need to genuinely fear,
Yeah.
you need to be persecuted in your home country. He wasn't willing to seemingly break any of the rules. Well, it looks like he's just passed this number straight over to this woman who's an associate of his, who works with the same group, the same LGBT group, and whose house it is you're about to go to now.
This will turn out to be the first of several meetings with Tanisha Khan.
Sorry, disturb तो नहीं करती आपको रोजे के बाद ही?
तो अभी फिलहाल तो एक ही है ये रास्ता
जी
जो वीजा मिल रहा है और खुला हुआ है।
कौन सा है वो?
ये जो भी अभी asylum जो है
जी जी
ह्यूमन राइट्स के ऊपर जो गे केस बोलते हैं या सेम सेक्स जो भी है
जी
इसके ऊपर ही चल रहा है। अभी वीजा मिल रहा है, बाकी सब कुछ तो ऑब्वियस अब उम्मीद ना रखो
जी।
आपको जो मेरे से हेल्प जो मिलेगा
जी
वो है कि आपकी एविडेंस तैयार करना। उधर आपको प्रूफ करना पड़ता है कि आप एक एलिजिबिलिटी पर्सन हो।
पर मैं तो ऐसे नहीं हूँ।
वही तो मैं बोल रहा आप नहीं हो।
पहले मतलब आपने किसी का किया है इस तरह से किसी का?
बहुत किया।
और कामयाब हुए कि नहीं?
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह।
कितने कामयाब हुए इसके अंदर मतलब?
बहुत। बट जो मैं ये करूँगी प्रसाद, जो एक लेटर मैं आपको दूंगी
जी
किसी का, उसके साथ 2-4 पिक्चर आप ले लेंगे और वो ये लिख के देगा आपके साथ उसका फिजिकल सेक्स हुआ हुआ है.
ठीक है. She's been working on this for the past 17 or 18 years. Wow. She has done so many cases. It's so easy to get a visa on the gay asylum. Everyone almost gets this. I told her that I've got a wife in Pakistan. She goes, have you got kids? I said, no, I don't have no kids. And then she's telling me, oh, she can also be on a lesbian visa then. And I was like, okay.
So she clearly knew you weren't gay. It wasn't a genuine claim.
No, I told her I'm not gay at all. I said to her once, I get my indefinite leave to remain. Can I, say this is my wife? She goes, yeah, that's fine. They don't ask you after that. Once you get your indefinite leave to remain.
There's no checks.
There's no checks. You can do whatever you like.
Yeah. It's extraordinary, isn't it? The switch from this guy saying you can't do that, it's got to be legitimate, you've got to be being persecuted, to here you go, everyone does it, you don't have to be gay, here's the evidence, here's how you do it, here's the money you need to pay me, and it will happen, you can stay in the UK.
To claim asylum, someone must fear persecution in their own country and be unable to live safely there. If their claim is successful, they may be granted refugee status or humanitarian protection. They'll then have permission to stay in the UK for 2.5 years. After that time, their case is reviewed. If they're granted another 2.5 years and stay for that time, migrants can then apply for indefinite leave to remain. Sexual orientation can be grounds for a legitimate fear of persecution, but claimants must have evidence to show the Home Office. Tanisha says she'll help for a fee.
Good. अच्छा आप बताएं मुझे पैसों का किस तरह से आपने मुझे बताया था मैं थोड़ा सा
पैसों का मैंने आपको कहा था 2,500. इसमें मैं आपके पहले का सब कुछ काम हो जाएगा जैसे कि आपका एविडेंस वगैरह.
Is that what an advisor should be doing in a case like this?
Absolutely not. This is the very last thing an advisor should be doing. So this person is breaking the law, is committing fraud by manufacturing a claim to give to this person an oven-ready claim, so to speak. I would expect the police to pay her a visa and charge her with fraud, because this is exactly what she's doing.
It's as clear as that to you?
To me, it is, yes.
We're meeting again with Tanisha, this time at the offices of the law firm where Maz works.
हमारा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का मेंबर बना लेती हूँ.
क्या ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है?
वॉचेस्टर LGBT asylum seekers group. मीटिंग का वो इसलिए इम्पोर्टेंट है कि होम ऑफिस को आप एविडेंस के तौर पे देना पड़ता है कि आप अगर गे हो तो आप कोई गे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ आप हो कि नहीं.
जी.
1-2 मीटिंग्स पे आना है आपको, ठीक है. फिर हम ये बोलेंगे कि आप पहले से हमारे साथ लगे हुए हो, ठीक है.
50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100.
The reporter makes a down payment of £150 to become a client.
You've arrived at your destination.
He goes along to his first meeting, not in Worcester as it turns out, but in Beckton, East London. Here, Tanisha isn't just one of the group's advisors, but a star attraction. A photo with her and others from Worcester LGBT, together with proof of regular attendance, can be used as evidence to support an asylum claim.
Our reporter is in there, the meeting is going on right now, and every time we've driven past, there's more and more people going in. It's clearly absolutely packed in there. And we know from Tanisha that a lot of them, like our reporter, are just pretending to be gay.
काफी लोग अंदर.
कम से कम 200 प्लस बंदे.
200 प्लस लोग हैं इधर.
200 तक तो है ही अगर ज्यादा ना.
तो ये सारे गे हैं कि?
हाँ सारे ही.
मुझे ये डर लग रहा था, मैंने कहा जाऊं तो कोई समझे कि मैं भी हूँ.
इशारा ना देखिए.
मैं तो नहीं.
भाई कोई भी नहीं है. इसमें 1% भी नहीं है. 1% जानते हो? 0.01% भी नहीं है.
One after another, those attending tell our undercover reporter that many people at the meeting are not really gay.
मुझे पता कोई भी नहीं है, but most of the नहीं है.
जब इंटरव्यू देना ना आप ना शर्म भूल जानी बस इतनी सी बात है
असल में गए तो नहीं हूँ मैं वही
ऐसी बातें यहाँ से नहीं करती
नहीं वो मैं यही सोच रहा था कि मैं ये ना समझ रहा हूँ कि मुझे कि मैं असल में
कोई भी नहीं है असल बात ये
क्या They've come here from South Wales, Coventry, Birmingham.
for tonight.
Yeah, for tonight, and they're going back tonight after the event.
Just to go to that meeting.
Just for the event.
So this isn't just people in London, this is people from all over the country.
Yep.
And they're all coming to this meeting in Beckton to get proof that they're there.
Yep.
To then give it to Home Office and say, I'm genuine.
Tanisha Khan told the BBC she did not advise our reporter to make a false claim or to misrepresent his identity. She denied offering to create fabricated evidence, and she blamed communication difficulties for a misunderstanding, saying she does not speak Urdu fluently.
Look at us. We're from all parts of the world. Some of us are born here, some of us are not. Yeah? It doesn't matter. We're coming from solidarity to represent the LGBTQ plus community.
I'm a gay Muslim man who was born in British Isles in 1974, July. I've grown up here. I faced so many obstacles in my life, physical attacks. And for me, you know, I always felt that I would advocate for people who are genuine.
Some of you may not know me, but I've been doing this as long as they have. I promise you.
Would you just be able to explain why it is some people need to seek asylum because of their sexual orientation or their religious beliefs?
Well, it depends where you are in the world. Some countries like Pakistan, Bangladesh, you could be privy to long prison sentences. Other countries like, say, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and Muslim majority countries, they're fighting Sharia law, which outlaws homosexuality in all its forms and has a death penalty applied. So we talk about genuine asylum seekers in this country. We always talk about who's a genuine asylum seeker, who's not. But if someone is fleeing their country on grounds of sexuality and, you know, they're privy to a death sentence, they're literally fleeing for their lives. So it's important grounds, you know, to apply for, asylum.
More than 100,000 people applied for asylum in 2025. Some had arrived on small boats across the Channel. But there were also many already in the UK legally, on work or study visas. Pakistani nationals make up a disproportionate number of the claims made under the grounds of sexuality. They made up 42% of such claims in 2023, the most recent year for which data is available. That's way ahead of any other nationality. In the same year, Pakistani nationals accounted for just 6% of overall asylum applications.
We're looking at people who are abusing that genuine need and making fake claims, falsely claiming to be gay or falsely claiming to have certain religious beliefs or certain political beliefs. In your experience, how much of a problem is that?
It's a vast problem. So yes, I felt in the last decade it's become much worse.
Back in central London, we went undercover again. This time,
The door is open.
we had a meeting at a different law firm. The advisor there appeared happy to talk about faking an asylum application.
मतलब कैसे evidence चाहिए मुझे?
जो इनके अपने यहाँ पे सोसाइटीज क्लब्स हैं वहाँ से एविडेंस ला के देना पड़ता है।
ये जो इनके जहाँ जाते हैं सारे
जहाँ जाते हैं जहाँ के अपने गे क्लब हैं
LGBT
बिल्कुल ये एक चीज़ होगी। दूसरा फिर आप अगर कोई आपको जानता है जिसने ऑलरेडी ये केस लगाया हो या जिसको पहले मिल चुका हो,
हाँ
ठीक है, उसको आप साथ कंपनी कर सकते हो कि ये बंदा मेरे साथ रिलेशनशिप में है या कोई गोरा आपका जानने वाला हो
जी,
ठीक है, वो आ जाए पिक्चर में कि भाई मैं इसके साथ रिलेशनशिप में।
तो मुझे जाना पड़ेगा क्लब में इस तरह से?
ठीक है सर,
गे क्लब में जाना पड़ेगा?
हाँ जाना पड़ेगा,
पर मैं हूँ नहीं वैसे इस तरह।
वो तो सर ना करूँगा इस तरह से।
खुश हैं, रोज़े ठीक जा रहे हैं बाकी आप? थैंक यू, अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
That is manufacturing a claim, is manufacturing evidence. One person will come to you for advice on an asylum claim, will provide the facts, and your job as a lawyer is to analyze those facts and come up with the evidence to support those facts to be able to bring the client over the line.
And why shouldn't they be manufacturing evidence?
Because that is illegal and unethical.
Akil Abbasi denies allegations of dishonesty and malpractice. He told us that the applications he deals with are based strictly on the client's own instructions and that he does not fabricate accounts or evidence.
people offer to pay me money to give them recommendations, you know, and such like.
Recommendations?
A letter of recommendation, say, from my organisation. They've worked with us and they're activists and they're working against, you know, homophobia in other countries. So, you know, I can give them a letter to, say, the Home Office.
And they're asking you for that letter to use for their asylum claim?
Yeah, sometimes they offer me money too, but I never take it.
They're offering you money to write a letter?
Yes.
And are there genuine applicants who haven't been successful getting asylum because of the suspicion that's being cast by this problem sitting alongside it?
Yeah, it's happening all the time.
Deliberately falsifying evidence to support an asylum claim can be a serious offence, and it doesn't always work. We spoke to one man who admitted making a fake application several years ago using a different legal advisor. Speaking to us from Pakistan, he asked not to be identified. Did she ask if you were gay?
उसने जब ये पूछा, मैंने कहा कि नहीं है. वो बोली, ये मेरा काम है.
You told her you're not gay, and she said, that's my problem.
हम उसके ऑफिस में जाते रहे. उसने अपने ऑफिस में तैयारी करवाई. आप इस तरह की ड्रेसिंग करें, ऐसे करें, इन जगहों पे जाना है. वो जो लंदन में परेड होती है, वो बहुत बड़ी साल में, इसमें भी 2 दफ़ा हमें उधर भेजा. इसमें भी जाओ और तस्वीरें भी भेजोगे. फिर उसने बोला था कि आप अपने जीपी के पास जाएं और शो करें कि आप डिप्रेशन में हैं, यही वीज़े की वजह से. फिर उसने मुझे डिप्रेशन की मेडिसिन पर लगा दिया था. खाता नहीं था, पर उसने बोला था कि मेडिसिन लें डिप्रेशन की, ताकि ये भी हम होम ऑफिस में जमा करा सकें कि ये डिप्रेशन में चला गया है.
After lengthy appeals, he failed to convince the Home Office, but he said his friends succeeded.
जी हो गई हैं, बल्कि उन्होंने शादियां पाकिस्तान में करके अपनी बीवियों को ले आए हैं. अब तो उनके बच्चे भी हैं.
How much did you give her in total?
तकरीबन मैं उसे इस तरह देता रहा. उसको 1000, कभी 1500, कभी 2500, यूं करते करते तकरीबन 15,000 पाउंड दिए.
£15,000 in total, a lot of money.
Yes.
So far, our investigation had uncovered a string of sexuality-based fake asylum claims and legal advisors willing to break the rules. But it was about to reveal an even darker form of deception. Advisors selling help based on rules designed to protect some of society's most vulnerable, encouraging migrants with British partners to pretend to be victims of domestic abuse. We're on our way to meet Eli Siswaka. He's an immigration advisor, although he's not registered as he should be by law.
Are you in the UK under spouse visas and your relationship ended because of domestic abuse?
Eli's social media frequently mentions domestic abuse as a route to permanent residency.
This could lead to indefinite leave to remain.
All right, have a good, thanks. You was here? Yeah, hotel.
So basically, Eli, what evidence are we going to use? Because she doesn't hit me or anything, so there's no domestic violence. So how will it work?
Orally, you two have been having an argument, and she's been telling you things like, remember, I'm the one who brought you here, those kind of things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm just worried because I've never done anything like this before. And then I was, I had another option before, but then that option is not good for me because
no, this is option.
Yeah.
This option is good for you.
But I just don't want to get in trouble like by any immigration or anything. Sorry, can I hold it? Your application under the Migrant Victims of Domestic Abuse concession has been successful. You done that?
That's what I'm showing you. So you've got nothing to worry.
So this person has the similar case like me?
Yeah. Domestic, yeah. But
actual domestic or no?
Yeah, but this one is a woman.
Oh, so the woman is taking filing domestic abuse against the men?
Yeah, the men. And your case is the man. Yeah.
But mine is not genuine.
I know.
So the case we're going to play is the victim of the domestic abuse.
Victim of domestic abuse. That's the first step. This is the first step. And then the second step, we apply for indefinite leave to remain as a victim of domestic abuse.
And then you saying there is no way they can prove that it's not a genuine case, like it's not domestic case. They're not going to find out.
We're going to have to do it formally, but your wife will not be affected.
No, I'm not worried about my wife on this one. But Home Office will not say, oh, there was no domestic violence or this, you're not genuine or anything like this.
I did say we're going to use, I will put your case under psychological domestic abuse. You know when someone's playing with your mind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to be on the safe side that I understand. Do you have something like, maybe you made a story for me, what are you going to say and what not?
I do. I'll create one.
Wow. So that is fairly shocking, really, because the domestic violence provisions are there to protect extremely vulnerable victims of domestic violence. It's absolutely disgraceful. Disgraceful.
What makes you use such strong language?
Well, because of the sheer vulnerability of someone who is trapped in a domestic violence situation. It is a scourge in our society. How many women die at the hands of their partners and family members? It is a huge problem, and someone like this coming and manipulating the system for something that is really there to protect hugely people who are sometimes often fleeing for their lives, really, from abusive partners is, for me, is the lowest of the low, personally.
Eli Siswaka did not respond to a written request for comment, but during a call to tell him about our investigation, he denied being willing to make up a story that the undercover reporter had been a victim of domestic abuse. We've obtained new figures on claims for permanent residency due to domestic abuse. They show a rise from 3,700 to nearly 5,600 people a year now applying under this scheme. That's an increase of more than 50% in 2 years. This woman, who can't be identified, met her ex-husband on a Muslim dating app.
He was promising me the world, like, I'm going to take you here, I'm going to take you there, I'm going to treat you to this, I'm going to buy you gold, proper love bombing me. It was after the marriage he told me he needs citizenship in the country and I need to sponsor him. So he romanced his way into sponsorship, basically. He became fully controlling, very abusive. He started demanding that he wanted a baby in the country. And I think his friends at the time were telling him, you should have a baby to secure yourself here. So he was trying very hard to get me pregnant. And unfortunately, that included rape as well. He enjoyed torturing me. He enjoyed physically abusing me.
By now pregnant, she reported her partner to the police, ended the relationship, and told the Home Office.
So he just came back from work or wherever he was and discovered you weren't there?
Yes.
What did he do at that point?
After I went back to my parents' house, he did an allegation of domestic abuse without me knowing.
So you've described a whole pattern of behaviour where you're the victim of domestic abuse over a number of months, including physical abuse.
Yeah.
And now he's going to the police and saying that he is a victim of domestic abuse. Why is he doing that?
I think his friends told him that's the only way he can stay here if I'm no longer with him. For him to turn the narrative around and say I'm the perpetrator, it was heartbreaking. How can this guy be for real?
And going back to this kind of breakdown of the relationship, he alleges that it was from your side, that you were checking up on him when he left the family home, stopping him speaking to friends and family, checking his phone without his permission, accusing him of being unfaithful. Is there any truth to any of that?
There's no evidence and there's no truth to any of that.
In 2023, she was arrested and ended up in a police cell, answering what she says were further false claims made by her ex-husband.
As soon as I left custody, they put me on bail for 3 months. When I left, I went to breastfeed my baby, and when I got home, I just wanted to end my life.
None of the allegations her ex-husband made have been proven, including the claims of domestic abuse that she says he was able to use to stay in the country.
There is a massive loophole in the UK immigration system that allows people to live here permanently.
Criminal defence lawyer Jabran Hussain says the current rules are too lax.
It's important that those in power, be it the government or the Home Office, take action on this, because this practice is becoming more and more widespread, and the victims of this practice are genuine victims of domestic violence for whom people abusing the system will make it harder. Under the immigration rules, it's not necessary to get a conviction, it's not necessary to even have the case charged. The fact that you've made a report and you've got a crime reference number sometimes is enough to get settlement.
The problem was that someone here in the UK on a spouse or partner visa, victim of domestic violence, if that person left the relationship due to domestic violence, that person had to leave the UK unless they found a way to qualify for a different type of visa under the immigration rules.
So they had to choose between staying with an abusive partner
Correct.
or staying in the UK.
That was the upshot for the vast majority of people in the situation.
So it's really important.
Massively important, massively important.
This route was well intended, and it was there to protect some of the most vulnerable in society, victims of domestic violence. But I think there's certain people out there that see it okay to abuse that for their own gain or to get settlement here fast track.
Responding to our findings, Home Office Minister Jess Phillips called the abuse of domestic abuse rules utterly shameful. She said fraudulent applicants would find themselves on a one-way flight out of Britain, and advisors facilitating the fake claims would be put behind bars. On the rules about sexuality, the Home Office said anyone trying to exploit the system will face the full force of the law. Our investigation has uncovered systematic attempts to cheat the immigration system and revealed some of those who are profiting from it. Asylum and domestic abuse protections are there for the many genuine applicants escaping danger. But it's possible there are hundreds, even thousands of people who are in the country on the basis of a fraudulent claim. Maz told us he was unaware that Tanisha Khan would offer to fabricate an asylum claim and would have reported her if he suspected her of doing so. He said Ms Khan had only visited Law and Justice's office in Ilford on 2 occasions, one of which was a social visit. He said Worcester LGBT does not fabricate evidence in asylum claims. He said its events were open to people who self-identify as LGBTQ+, and that it is not up to them to determine if an individual is actually gay. Tanisha Khan told us that she was not involved with Law and Justice solicitors and that she does not hold any legal or advisory role within Worcester LGBT. Law and Justice solicitors said it had no professional connection with Tanisha, and our reporter was never set up as a client of the firm. It said it was investigating potentially unauthorised access to its office. Connaught Law told us that Akil Abbasi's contract with the firm had been suspended whilst a full internal investigation is undertaken. The firm said it had reported the matters raised to the Solicitors Regulation Authority.